Akwa Ibom government inaugurates fishing protection unit in Mbo local government area. Board of Trustees for Ibono and iPhone Host Communities Development Trusts inaugurated. Plus Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures charge federal government on sustainable policies. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on the news this evening. My name is Dianime Uko. Please remember that this broadcast is reaching you live on StarTimes channel 103 and on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. We now bring you the news in detail. The Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures in Nigeria has appealed to the federal and state governments to review their policies in order to ameliorate the hardship being faced by Nigerians. Muhammad Ali reports that this was part of the resolutions reached at the end of the conference in Abuja.
The meeting had in attendance 29 speakers out of 35 from the state's legislature. Deliberations focused on good governance, state police, and how to end insecurity in the country, as well as constitutional amendment processes.
The conference observed that in spite of the constitutional provisions that grants financial autonomy to the state legislature, the implementation has been observed in breach. We therefore call on the relevant stakeholders to comply with all the provisions in the constitutions and not by breach.
The National Assembly, under the leadership of Dr. Tajuddin Abbas, is determined to ensure that the state legislative autonomy comes to reality, and we seek your cooperation.
Chairman of the Speakers Conference, Adebowale Ogundoyin, appeals to the relevant authorities in Rivers State to explore peaceful means in addressing the impasse between legislative and executive arm of government. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Talking security. To enhance fishing and other forms of livelihood in riverine communities in Akwa Ibom State, a recent initiative of setting up a fisheries protection unit in Ibaka, Mbo local government area, and donation of speedboats are being done to secure fishing activities along the waterways. Correspondent Evelyn Baduekbo has details.
Riverine communities in Akwa Ibom State rely most often on fishing as a primary source of livelihood, despite what observers and stakeholders believe that there is a limited access to maximizing this potential. Recognizing this challenge, a collaborative effort by the Ministries of Agric and Rural Development and Internal Security and Waterways to provide support to these communities is warmly received by members of the community.
Help to protect the waterways, that's the major purpose of it, so that they can do their businesses in peace. And then, of course, you know that means more revenue for them and then more economic stability and development for the state.
With such a long coastline, it also comes with the challenges of insecurity, and that's why the Fisheries Protection Unit is very vital to support the activities of the fishermen, and we are glad that this is finally flagging off. I want to assure the ministry and assure our fishermen that we will work with you. We also have 14 gunboats that are dedicated strictly to general security of the waterways.
The facilities on the boats and the men that are well equipped with the real rifle and other things needed. So we are there to protect fishermen on IC. Making sure that pirates are no more on that IC. And from there, the whole people of Akwa Ibom State, the fishermen, will enjoy their business and make more profit.
The fishing community appreciates the addition of 14 gunboats to combat criminal elements along the waterways and boost fishing. This gesture is expected to enhance fishing potential and drive sustainable development in fishing communities. From Ibaka, Mbo local government area, Akwa Ibom State, Evelyn Baduekbo, NTA News.
Away from security matters to health, the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, in Akwa Ibom State has directed medical doctors to withdraw services with immediate effect. This follows the non-return of one of its members, Dr. John Robinesu, who was abducted in Oron local government area since April 30th, 2024. Evelyn Baduekpo completes the story.
The Nigerian Medical Association's directive for its members to down tools in Akwa Ibom State is to buttress the fact that an injury to one is an injury to all. This is to draw the attention of governments and the people of the state to the plight of Dr. John Robin Esu, who has been in the kidnappers' den since April 30, 2024.
We have been mentally or should I say psychologically destabilized over the situation that our member is going through. So it was on that basis that we said that a good doctor must be physically, emotionally, psychologically stable to render services. But for now, we don't have those criteria to render services. So why do you go to the hospital to render service when you are not stable?
The situation brings the question of the safety of doctors and other health workers in rural areas to bear.
We don't seem to be secured in our different hospitals, especially those people that are working in far places beyond Uyo. At a certain point, the chairman was advocating that at least there should be a patrol van in hospitals to give doctors confidence that they are secured. In case you need to know, a doctor was kidnapped in this Akwa Ibom State some time ago, inside the hospital. What is the guarantee that it will not happen again? Because we are not secured.
The NMA in Akwa Ibom State says it will review the directive after 72 hours, but is appealing to Governor Moeno to ensure the safe release of its members within the shortest time possible. In Uyo, Evelyn Baduekpo, NTA News.
You're watching the news at 7 on NTA Channel 12. Uyo will take a commercial break. We'll be back with more stories. Please stay with us.
One passenger. Big auntie. Go enter this bus.
Ha! Oga conductor, this kind cough na serious matter. You suppose go hospital.
Hospital care.
Haba, doctors don talk am say different types of cough dey. Some na dry cough, but this your own na wet cough e be.
Big aunty, na God go bless you. I don tire for this my conductor and him cough wey no gree go. E fit even be tuberculosis.
Conductor, go check am o, make you dey sure because who no go? No go no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check am o, make you dey sure. If cough don't worry you past 2 weeks, if it be tuberculosis, TB test and treatment, na free. Just call the National TB Hotline for 3340 or dial *3340# to get better informate. This message now from the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people them.
It is the second NTA Uyo Virtual Children's Paper presentation.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way.
Children, get ready. Put your thoughts together in a well-articulated pattern to paper and stand a chance of winning fantastic prizes. Submit a write-up on the given themes.
Junior category, 8 to 11 years.
The impact of skill acquisition on the education of the child.
Senior category, 12 to 15 years.
The effect of social media on parents-children relationship. Shortlisted candidates will be invited for virtual paper presentation via Zoom and grand finale. Interested schools should register and submit entries on or before May 16, 2024.
Rate 20,000 Naira for 5 entries per school. Venue NTA Channel 12 for Kaitinen Road, Uyo, or NTA Uyo at yahoo.co.uk.
First prize 100,000 Naira. Second prize 70,000 Naira. And third prize 50,000 Naira. Plus many consolation prizes.
For inquiries, please call Ekaite on 0904 643 6412.
Emem on 0803 657 9721. And Miriam on 0806 429 4907. Our children, teach them well and let them lead.
One passenger. Big auntie. Come and enter my bus now.
Hey, conductor, this cough is serious. Abeg, you need to go to the hospital.
Hospital? Ah.
Doctors say cough symptoms are different in every condition. Some are dry, others are wet, like your own.
God bless you, auntie. I have told this my conductor. The cough has refused to go, and it could be tuberculosis.
Conductor, check am o. Make you dey sure, because who no go, no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB test and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 or dial *3340# for more information. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
You're welcome back from that break. Now to the rest of the stories. Some host communities in Akwa Ibom State are gradually meeting the criteria set by the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, to access benefits from companies operating in their domains. The latest are Ibono and iPhone, which necessitated the inauguration of Board of Trustees, BOTs, for these host communities development trusts by Network Exploration and Production Nigeria Limited and Owando Joint Venture. The report. The Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, provides that oil-producing communities are entitled to 3% of the annual operating costs of companies operating in their domains. Therefore, the inauguration of the BOTs for Ibono and Ifun Host Communities Development Trust by Network Owando Joint Venture is one of the requirements that will enable them enjoy the benefits. The new BOTs are responsible for determining the criteria, process and proportion of funds to be allotted to specific development programs and projects, oversight of the projects, as well as general management of the Host Communities Development Trust Fund, among others.
Let us see this as an opportunity to serve our community, please. Not an opportunity for us to amass wealth. This is 100% community service.
For government and the joint venture, meeting the needs of the communities which are pooled after thorough assessment is at the center of the process.
It is our hope that the peace and harmony exhibited by the communities under the Ibono and iPhone HCDT will be sustained during the day-to-day management of the affairs of the trust.
We as a company will try our best to prioritize and do the needful.
Vandalization of our properties as it were anywhere within the areas of our operation. Ibono Clan has also scored 0/10. Good working relationship with the joint venture. Ibono Clan has scored 10/10.
Other stakeholders pledge support and commitment to the development of the host communities.
I want to employ all the members of the BOT and the chiefs and paramount rulers to try and harmonize. Whatever we have as a grievances, let's all well talk on the table so that this nation from federal government will go a long way for us.
Following the inauguration of the BOTs, the NUPRC has now incorporated 122 host communities development trusts since the PIA came into existence in 2021. In Uyo, away from community development matters, investing in women in agriculture for food production and sustenance will go a long way in ensuring economic stability and empowerment of women. This resonated at the 2024 Ratawo International Women's Day celebration with the theme, Women Inclusion, Agriculture, a Tool for Women Empowerment. Blessing Akban reports.
This gathering is aimed at celebrating the achievements of women, considering the role they play in the society. Leader Women Committee, Radio, Television, Theatre and Art Workers Union of Nigeria, Ratawu, Akwa Ibom State Council, Comrade Umfon Ekpeyong, calls on the union to celebrate women achievements, advocate for women in agriculture, and support policies that empower and develop women.
Let us all advocate for women in agriculture. Let us support policies that empower them. Let us celebrate women's achievements. And let us work together to cultivate a future where women are recognized as a powerful force in the agriculture sector.
The NLC State Secretary, Comrade Alpha Marshall, and other stakeholders encourages women to be self-reliant as a tool to end poverty in the society.
Women are not created to serve, they are created to complement what the man does.
Permit me to endorse this year's theme, Women Inclusion, Agriculture, a tool for women empowerment. As not only apt, but contemporary, because it aligns completely with current economic realities and thinking of His Excellency, Pastor Umar Eno.
It is not a lie when it is being said that you invest in a woman, you accelerate progress. There is nothing you give to a woman that will not multiply.
If you teach a man to farm, his family will eat. If you teach a woman to farm, the community will eat.
The event climaxed with presentation of certificates and empowerment of women farmers. In Uyo, Blessing Akpan, NTA News.
Akwa Ibom residents have been encouraged to embrace fashion and food tourism to benefit from the numerous resources available in the state. The Chief Executive Officer, Mr. and Mrs. Nigeria International, Dr. Nsikak Brendan, and Bob Carl, an FETV Hub founder, gave this charge during a live program on NTA Uyo. John Paul Alumona, who monitored the program, filed in this report.
Tourism Without Borders is a campaign being promoted by Dr. Nsikak Brendan, the CEO of Brendan's and Crusaders Limited, and Bob Carl, the Chief Executive Officer of FETV.Hub, New York. They explained that fashion is life and it has become necessary to encourage young people to embrace fashion and lifestyle to benefit maximally from the sector.
After many years, I think my experience in Akwa Ibom last 2 months, a month ago, was very overwhelming. I was lucky to meet the marketing and marketing director of the Ministry of Art and Culture. When I spoke with him, oh my God, so this is what I've been waiting for. I'm proud that Akwa Ibom, it took me to PM Secretary. Oh my God, this is what we went for. And I shared with my partner, and we've been talked to the commissioner, and we hope to meet the commissioner soon for this.
Nigerians to be very, very kind, very friendly, and also very talented. You know, something that a lot of people around the world don't know. There's a lot of talent here in entertainment, fashion, and they're very committed to the arts. Nigeria has a lot of fashion designers, even more in volume than other countries. But the thing is, seems like when Nigerians have the means, they tend to buy foreign brands. Okay. And one of the ways that my initiative can help the economy is to encourage those with the means to buy what's in here, which is just as good or even better than abroad.
They explained that they are in Nigeria and Akwa Ibom State in particular to create the needed awareness on the gains available in the sector. Dr. Nsikak Brendan, who is an indigene of Akwa Ibom State, says his dreams is to take the state to greater heights through fashion and food tourism.
I must tell you, if I say I'm traveling out of the country, I'm traveling with Nigeria.
Yes,
I found. Can you imagine if I told that make a pango for US, would you believe it?
No, I wouldn't doubt you. Anyway.
And it was something that I can tell. I think 5 liters got much of $400 of a pango.
Getting more experience in life, traveling as well. When you travel, it really enriches you a lot mentally. So being able to travel and experiencing different companies gave me the confidence to try again.
The 13th edition of Mr. and Miss Nigeria Beauty Pageant is coming up in October in Akwa Ibom State. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
With that story on tourism, it's a wrap on the news this evening, the English version actually. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dianime Uko. Up next is the news translation in the Bibio. Good evening.
Kara kwai bo me beren do tmadi kpemen ikbeu ukoy yak kingbo nko karambo e bere bo di sem koy bagandu tmu furo kibno yemu fawtum sibay idorando o kan ni songi de mbok yay ko membo sanyi ni mbu bre yo me min kara wisdom check up ba to de dependandu tmu koy yak yemme mpom fen sembon sidon kan ben me ay kama edu wem mika kwai bum state nutumadi kpeme ekenama ken ibaka ken ko kara mbo adum ba atodo ekpeme nutum ko yak ken me fa mo yai kombo mi fre ito akombo mi mbono wosiron ken ben me mika kwai bum state ado apanu bagutum amodu ko yak ekama kedu wem obosodo mbono wosida ikat enem maka kpanin ko bo ke moinama nutumutu momi na ogbana ate moinam enyon woida kedi dion memfna asmemo ke mention su son ke fang ukoyagami uforutum eserem ko ba nutumut toywang mo foro ke mesrirong akoram bone serem ko ba nutumuk ba ke fang mong ke modi no makoyagami mem uam adika nautum adum kpone me moy sretieti bono wosina mutum ko yagami e ko bina meset e banga ubum dwenang ukarano adikan boke bene yo mfna mau ke fang mong ye metmetmi dum fen ba todo adipendan lutum ko yakam mitiemi adina me ukarana mame bono wenyi drenyen e boke ya dependan lutum ko yak ndira dependan lutum furo ke midong sebanga e ko yagami Wisdom Jacob Nkam no so ke mo foi body of the Nigerian Medical Association ko ka kwai bum state eno yebo ya frefen me doctor sibanga ke mo foi ba ka kwai bum state e bonum porutum mo nana de biareni ami akene na awu mo ke Dr. John Robin su e ke mo kan ko kararon kusana fiong ide medu ke fiong April sene kemi ado tutuami awi sana kiya
nka mme ntambia ibong makara erionga kente the Nigerian Medical Association enombono mo uyo ye wo eboyak ebono upakutemo mo kisong ka kwai bomste sia ebogo kunan awoke ado unan ano afanbon nkado nko mo ebo ke namami ke didoko ukara yembo no woke steremi ubiak ammo eniyaga ke banga ke Dr. John Robin Esu amembon umama wonkedap eke kidnap ke tongo ko yogo usen edap medwop ka fiong inang iswami enyong ebo kutompo ntepemi adumpo amembo no wo ebapembime ebo memme doctors korombun usem bombanga ikbagan songidem enie oyogukpeme kitiem mo irongoke akpanapan kemme esrirong Kemi, Nigeria Medical Association, ebu kaya mana isu wenyen SMM pontapeme kufang awa atam medubeba. Enyong esenebenge enorai wurukara Akwa Ibom State, ebu yak eno mimo oyokukbeme, nku enyong ekrebu ke Dr. John Esu, aboko kubok me kidnappers. Uwe medi mo Samson, okombok NTA.
Adisyo kong sen, kidawi ban ke, Yai kama etoy wang eno ay dependan lutum dia no song ada yang wam ke diken bo ke dependan lutum furo ndien ibane ka nampo eba ki de memo e ke na medi yang me ki tie iban ratau e ke tumo mbono nka iban aki swa 2024 mikuyu yai kombo mi to kombo Mbonam jaidion ken takai bono ke kitiemi adum berato do edara yemen wondam posi bane nanga kedi kene mobyong tum amoy nama kedi dependa no tumu furo ke midongen mbono wosini ubo ken no tumu toy wa ma snu yo e kon kara ta webo ya moy dara yemen wondam posi bane nanga e yong krebo ke enam ya ibane ne ke sini dem ken no tumu toy wang enang am ubunum po yemembet adi wama non dependa nutum iban mu furumo bono fenko emai tangebo ya isru do no iban ka fang nutum tay wang ba aturu amoy kane ba kidem mo atu songkit adi ben unana yuwene mfepke idong kidongen bonam yedion ke itieri namado emai nang mention sium po kiru kangen eno adepe dan utumi ban sinangan mutumi wang enoy nongom bonowo me nweri turu wisdom Jacob
ukangin bon di trembo mubre yom yero tutun kanika itiaba mubre yom pong di temaki ko membo feni tonyo tutuniero esere